A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. In each of us, there is another whom we do not know. Man's task is to become conscious of the contents that press upward from the unconscious. Follow that will and that way which experience confirms to be your own. The rational attitude which permits us to declare objective values as valid at all is not the work of the individual subject, but the product of human history. To find out what is truly individual in ourselves, profound reflection is needed, and suddenly we realize how uncommonly difficult the discovery of individuality is. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. I don't aspire to be a good man. I aspire to be a whole man. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved but only outgrown. The first half of life is devoted to forming a healthy ego, the second half is going inward and letting go of it. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to a better understanding of ourselves. You are what you do, not what you say you will do. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. I shall not commit the fashionable stupidity of regarding everything I cannot explain as a fraud. I regret many follies which sprang from my obstinacy, but without that trait, I would not have reached my goal. Resistance to the organized mass can be effected only by the man who is as well organized in his individuality as the mass itself. That which compels us to create a substitute for ourselves is not the external lack of objects, but our incapacity to lovingly include a thing outside of ourselves. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. How can I be substantial if I do not cast a shadow? I must have a dark side also if I am to be whole. We cannot change anything unless we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. What you resist, persists. Whatever is rejected from the self, appears in the world as an event. The acceptance of oneself is the essence of the whole moral problem and the epitome of a whole outlook on life. Find out what a person fears most, and that is where he will develop next. The pendulum of the mind oscillates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. Man needs difficulties, they are necessary for health. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. Nobody can fall so low unless he has a great depth. In all chaos, there is a cosmos, in all disorder a secret order. To ask the right question is already half the solution of a problem. Nobody, as long as he moves about among the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. Mistakes are, after all, the foundations of truth, and if a man does not know what a thing is, it is at least an increase in knowledge if he knows what it is not. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. The more you deliberately seek happiness, the more sure are to not find it. It is therefore far better to take things as they come along, with patience and equanimity. Faith, hope, love, and insight are the highest achievements of human effort. They are found given by experience.
If you liked this video, we have more in store for you. Support us by subscribing the channel and clicking the bell icon.